Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your man, Majin Hoagie. Today we're going to be going through and actually doing something different for a change. No PvP today. In actuality, we're going to be going through and finding new ways to get some Chrono Crystals. From the ways that I used to do it, I will show everyone the ways that I have found to be the most effective and fastest ways. So, enough about that. Let's jump straight into the video. Alright, so here we are at the start with our Z missions. Using soul boost panels. That is something that's essential to the game to get better, to do more stuff in PvP, to do better in the PvE environment. Everyone needs to do it. So, they always give us 10 crystals for every, I think it's 1,000, either it's 100, every 100 soul panels. And then once you hit 100,000, it switches to every 200. So, throughout this, now that we have the new little boost system for the weekends, we now get more soul boost stuff from the bonus. The bonus it gives us, so we get double everything. Just doing this, there's that. And then you grab 10 Chrono Crystals every time. It sounds like it's not that much, but it piles up so quick that, and you're going to be getting, instead of wherever I'm at, I have soul boosted so much that I had almost nothing left. But this is probably one of the highest and fastest ways to do it. The worst part about it is probably having to press it every time, press the accept on this part. That's probably the worst section of it. So let's jump into our next section of the video. Alright, second section. This part's actually a lot more time consuming, but it's actually a very effective way to get 2,000 Chrono Crystals out every single time that a new event comes out that has a Zenkai for the extreme characters. So all you gotta do, you probably only will go for about the 800, but every time that comes through, you have challenges. If you go through the event and decide, oh man, well, I'm gonna go through and do everything perfectly. If you do it like that, going through every single one of them, getting a gold star, you will get about 1,800 crystals altogether, from my experience. At least that's what I think I get. I may get a little bit like 1,500 crystals, but that's still a very, very nice amount. And if you're a new player, especially right now, you can pick up probably about 7,000 Chrono Crystals just from doing these 4 events and rainbowing the stars on gold starring them. So that's a really effective way. And another thing, every time these little bonus battles come out, make sure to do them. They really, really stack up. I mean, right now they're giving us 20 days of this, I think. About 20 days they gave us. And that piles up to 1,000 Chrono Crystals. So that means that 20 days, it doesn't feel like you're picking up much because you're single summon discounts. So, but that is really where you're gonna hit it off. Let's jump into our next point. Third point coming at you. The best way I've seen to go and pick up casually that you must do, I mean, it's something you have to do. And it's your Ultra Space Time Rush. Every time you get 500 Chrono Crystals for doing it. And throughout the shop, it helps you with your Zenkai characters. It helps you upgrade your equipment. So you kind of have to do it. And if you do it every time, then it really, really helps out. And you get your Zenkai souls a lot faster. It's just a big boost to what you can do to get more Chrono Crystals, and besides the point for soul boosting and getting upgrades for your equipment. And the next part I want to say is doing your adventures. Your adventures don't seem as important, but something that pops in every single weekend, and right now, throughout the time we have of this video being recorded, they give us a deal on here. Where's it at? Oh, I may have already used it. It's the login bonuses that give us a little adventure deal that gives us a chance to pick up a free set of Chrono Crystals, energy, skip tickets. It's a random drop, and sometimes you really can help with that. And another point I want to throw out is going to the shop. Sometimes the shop can be very useful. It's not free to play friendly, so it's iffy sometimes, but going through it, whenever those daily discounts hit, monthly sales, and the Chrono Crystal Digger, those are very cheap ways to get lots of Chrono Crystals. I use the Chrono Crystal Digger every time it pops up. It's definitely more expensive than getting 1,000 pop for $8. But for your $16, $17, you get 2,500 spread out, so you're not as crazy about summoning for it, because you're going to want to keep that and save it up. And that's definitely a fast way to get Chrono Crystals. Next point coming at you. The best part, I think, is definitely your story. Through these, you may not think it, but these pile up so quick. Whenever you're leveling up your Z levels, that really goes by fast. And hitting these rainbow stars, you don't think about it, but we actually have a new set of missions, especially for the beginners, just to set out. So now you have these free Chrono Crystals. I think it's like 3,500, right? 3,500 for just completing all of the challenges that you can. And that's a lot. That's definitely a lot. And stacking on that, just doing every single one, those 1 to 3 Chrono Crystals you get from your challenges throughout the stories, those really pile up. I mean, just taking a look at this, your challenges, 3 Chrono Crystals every single time. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. You have 21 Chrono Crystals every time you're completing all the missions. And whenever you finish that, let's say you do a bundle of them all at the same time, and then you jump over to your Z missions, and wherever it says, I've already done them all, but your storyline gives you 30 of your level up stuff. And then whenever you level up, which happens a lot quicker with storylines, you get an extra bundle of Chrono Crystals. So using that strategy is very smart. And if you're out of it, you always have your backup solution to PvP. PvP is definitely something that you can use to your advantage, because I mean, every 3 months we always get a double Chrono Crystal event, and this helps with getting multi-Z power and just proving some dominance. And whenever they do double ranking, it's a lot easier to pull in the dubs. So always do your PvP early and try to keep inside of that top 20k. And just making it the top 20k on a double XP event, you're going to get double Chrono Crystals, which means you will get 1,000 Chrono Crystals no matter the situation if you make into that, I think it's top 20k, I don't remember, in the top 15k. But 400 just for making 20k is still great, because it's still some Chrono Crystals, and that's almost halfway to a summon. So always make sure you do that. And my last point I have to give is definitely about summoning. Always make sure you look at just because it's a hype character doesn't mean it's a great character. Gogeta and Broly are not as hype, well, they're very hype, but they're not as good as Vegeta Blue whenever he came out. He completely destroyed the game. Namek Goku, whenever he came out, completely destroyed the game. And if you save your Chrono Crystals throughout these, you're going to find the characters that are going to break the game. Once you find those, go for it. And like before this event, if you found like a character about 3 months ago before the UI banner came out, you saved up all your Chrono Crystals because no really good character came out. And now you're here, you summoned on UI, now you didn't get him. And then you have a little bit of Chrono Crystals to go through. And now we can pick up the characters that were on those old banners. I mean, like Lavender, Basil, the Great Salmon, Green, Goku Black. It's just, man, it's insane just to see what all you can do throughout this. And the next part I say don't summon on Happy Weekend. Happy Weekend is a great thing for people that are pay to play. You get to pull in your multi-Z power because of the exchange shop. Now, throughout this, you're spending 100 Chrono Crystals a day. And for the regular player that logs in, they're going to get about 100, 150 Chrono Crystals each day. So you're basically crippling halfway or 75% of all your Chrono Crystals that you have saved up into the Happy Weekend that has a low chance of dropping your LFs, and they're not LFs that are considerably part of the meta. Now, if you're a newer player, this is an amazing banner for you. But whenever you can't pull in Chrono Crystals fast, this is definitely not a budget for you. Do not summon on Happy Weekend. Now the next part, I'm thinking, always do your single summon discounts on the banners that will help your teams that you want to run. I don't ever summon on the GT banner because I don't need the characters. But like this, I need Yellow Vegito some more just to boost up his star level and have a better ability bonus on Fusion Warriors. And I could pull a Trunks. But the thing is, if you really don't need them, then don't go for them. I don't need this as much, so I just skip it. And make sure, now that we have the confirmation of these single summons are here and discounted every day, do your summons on these. If you're not going to do any single summons on unless it's a new banner with discounts, make sure you summon on these. The Zenkais for these are going to come so in handy later on in the game, and you're getting them cheap. They're going to come back rotations. I got my Zenkai Bardock. I got the really low chance of 1,500 souls. And now I'm just doing my single summons. I already have him Zenkai 2. Didn't even have any souls for him at the beginning. Same with Vegeta. He's Zenkai 1. So this is definitely a very good budgeting system for you as long as you keep your budget safe. Now let's jump into one last tip I have. Alright, last tip that we're going to be going through. This is probably my most favorite feature that they've added into Dragon Ball Legends, and it is the mission plans. Always, if you're going to be a Chrono Crystal hunter, then you're always going to want to pick the Battle Lovers plan. Battle Lovers plan is definitely what you do. I mean, if you're going to pick something lower, it's because you're not really logging in as much. You're just there once in a while. But if you log in every day, you definitely want to pick up this plan. You're going to do adventures once in a while. You're going to use stamina. You're going to get all these missions done. I mean, I literally have all of them done except for the hyperdimensional co-ops, which I will probably not have. I definitely will not have done. I'm not a big hyperdimensional co-op person. But throughout this, if you buy the plan, which is $8, you get a total of, let's see, I think it's like 2,000 Chrono Crystals. And that's basically for free. You get that 1,000 extra for free while paying $8. But I mean, let's look at this. 100, 200, 300, 500, and then you have 1,500, which is a very good steal, especially since taking a look at all the sales. This is definitely beating all the sales, and it takes a little bit, but you can definitely pull it all out, and it is especially one of my favorite plans. Even if you do not purchase the premium plan, you're still getting 500 Chrono Crystals every single roundabout. So that's definitely worth your time and money, I feel like, because it's definitely a good route if you want to spend a little bit of money. You don't have to buy those monthly plans. Chrono Crystal Diggers are very special, so those are definitely something you would want to pick up if you're a big player like I am. So that's probably about it on Chrono Crystal working, beauty, whatever. But the last thing I gotta say, since it's not out, raids are very, very useful. Make sure you do 1 raid, 2 raids, do a little bit of your part, so we can go and get the 1,000 Chrono Crystals in our exchange shop. Never forget about those. Whenever these new space-time duels, you can get a free 300 crystals through that. And they used to have this in the rare metal shop. I'm not sure if they have it anymore, but they used to give us like 500 free crystals, and it was one time only. And that's probably about it. The best thing I can say is log in, do your adventures, get some stamina, go through, bust through those events. Because those events are going to be where your free-to-play stuff all come from. So that's probably it for the video. If you like the content, make sure to hit that like button. I didn't say it enough in the beginning of the video, but thank you so much for the support of the last video of LOE. LOE was a very, very fun team, and y'all guys destroyed it on the views. 30 views, and we're usually typically around 12, 10 to 12. So y'all basically tripled that. I appreciate it. Let's see what this video has in store for us on getting Chrono Crystals. And that's about it. This is Majin Hoagie signing out. Peace.